Hello, this is Gamal Hassan, and in this video we're going to talk about how to create a test. In this video we're going to discuss the number of questions in a test, the different types of questions in a test, and the learning objectives that can be assessed in a test, and many different aspects that are related to how to create a test. So don't go away, we're going to continue after the intro. Hello and welcome once more. This video is about how to create a test and it is prepared and presented by me, Gamal Hassan. Let's get started. The introduction. Creating a test for school involves careful planning and consideration of the learning objectives and the content to be assessed. So, before preparing a test, you must consider the learning objectives and the content of your test. And here are some steps to help you create a test. The first step is to determine the purpose and the format of your test. So as a teacher, you must identify the purpose of the test, such as assessing knowledge, understanding, application, or critical thinking. So before preparing your test, you must consider the purpose of your test, such as assessing knowledge. You must ask yourself, is the purpose of my test to assess knowledge or check understanding, or to ask the students to apply some information they have studied before, or to check their critical thinking abilities, or any other purposes? And also you must decide on the format of your test, such as the different types of questions like multiple choice questions, short answer questions, essay questions, or a combination of the different types of questions. So you must determine the purpose and the format of your test, and this is the first step. The second step is to define the learning objectives. So review the learning objectives or standards that the test will assess, and this is what is related to the common core state standards we discussed before in a video. So you must ensure that the questions align with these objectives and target the specific knowledge or skills students are expected to demonstrate. So you must define the learning objectives that are related to the topic you're tackling and the grade level you are tackling as well. And these are very important learning objectives that can be assessed for every single test. Number 3 is to develop a test blueprint or an outline for your test. So you must create an outline or blueprint of the test, specifying the number and the type of questions for each learning objective or content area. This helps ensure that the test is balanced and adequately covers the desired content. So you must consider covering all the topics we studied before, or the students studied before, and there must be a balance between the number of questions that address every single topic you have covered in a specific area that the test will be covering. Okay. Number 4, you must write clear and concise questions. So craft questions that are clear, concise, and directly aligned with the learning objectives. Avoid ambiguity or learning language that may confuse or misguide students. You must use appropriate language and vocabulary level for the target audience. So while designing the wording of your questions, you must choose some vocabulary that are suitable for the grade level you're tackling. For sure, the wording of your questions that are assigned for grade 12 must be different from those are assigned for grade 1, for example. So you must consider the level of difficulty and the target and the language and the words that are included in your questions as well. And your questions must be concise and clear to the point and avoid ambiguity as well. Number 5, you must consider Bloom's taxonomy, and this is very important. This is Bloom's taxonomy, and it is divided into 6 levels. Remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and create. So you must incorporate a range of cognitive levels based on Bloom's taxonomy. For example, you must consider some questions that check the knowledge, some other questions that check the comprehension of the content and the application of the content, or how to apply the information they have studied and how to analyze any process into small pieces and how to synthesize or how to evaluate any content they have studied before. And this combination allows for comprehensive assessment of different cognitive skills and helps avoid relying solely on recall type of questions. Recall that is related to only remember, and this is only the lowest level of cognitive, which is only recall some pieces of information they have studied before. So there must be a combination of many different question types that are related to all of these levels in Bloom's taxonomy. Number 6, provide clear instructions and guidelines. So you must clearly communicate the instructions and expectations for each question type, include any specific formatting requirements, time limit, or additional resources students may use during the test. So you must tell the students the mark of every single question and the time for every single question and so on, and everything that is related to the content and the timing of the test must be provided to the students so they can just be aware of what to do and when to do. Okay, sorry. Number 7, review and edit. So you must review the test for accuracy, clarity, and fairness. Ensure that the questions are free from errors, and this is very important, and that the difficulty level is appropriate for the target audience. Seek feedback from colleagues or other educators to ensure the quality of the test. You can just show the test to any colleague so they can check with you if the questions are good or if we have any errors. Okay. Pilot test the test, and this is very important, and we don't apply this for sure in our schools, but it is very important. You can just pilot the test or you can hand it to any of your colleagues as a teacher. So administer the test to a small group of students. Obviously, since this is difficult to be applied, so you can just show it to any of your colleagues. So administer the test to a small group of students as a pilot test. This to help them check if it is appropriate for their level or not, and this helps identify any potential issues or areas for improvement before the actual administration. So you must analyze the results and make necessary adjustments if needed. So if you apply pilot test, you can show some samples of the test to some students and you can check if it is good or if you can find any issues with the test, so you can identify them and you can clarify and adjust and make some necessary adjustments or changes in your test before the actual administration. Okay. Number 9, set a grading rubric, and this is very important as well. So develop a clear and consistent grading rubric or scoring guide to ensure fair and objective evaluation of the students' responses. Clearly define the criteria for each question type to guide the grading process, and also you must just be fair, and there must be some rubrics or some criteria based on which you can assess the responses of the students, and the students must be aware of the rubrics beforehand so they can just evaluate their own work on their own. Okay. Number 10 and the last point is to administer and evaluate your test. So administer the test to students following the established guidelines. You must collect and evaluate the complete tests, and you must provide feedback and scores to students after they have finished their exams. And also you must remember that creating a test is an ongoing process that requires continuous reflection and refinement. Regularly review and revise your test based on student performance and feedback to ensure their effectiveness, and there here refers to the tests effectiveness in assessing learning outcomes. So you must refine them. You must just adjust your tests so they can clearly and perfectly and effectively assess the learning objectives and the learning outcomes. And thank you for watching. Greetings from Gamal Hassan Ibrahim. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like my videos. And if you have any comments, you can just write them and I'm going to answer them all. Thank you and have a good day.